I'm just going to hit the record. So like I said, thank you everybody for being on this call. It is being recorded, so anybody who has a reason that, these don't work. The reason why I decided to do Wednesday at noon is because evenings should be for income-producing activity when you're working your business. So I thought if we do it during the day, I'm not taking up some of your time that you should be, working your business. So that's why I decided to do Wednesday at noon. Plus I'm following the leader, so I'm really coachable in that way. So that's what she was doing. Becky was doing that. So I thought, why don't I just do the same thing? So your commitment level, I just wanted to talk to you about. Obviously you're committed if you've decided to do this. It's just like if you start a job. When you commit to starting a job, you don't go in there and say, well, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. That's silly. I'm going to do it my own way. You don't do any of that. You do as you're told and you follow what it is they ask you to do, or you wouldn't have a job. And you also go into work. You don't say, no, those hours don't work for me. I'm good. That's silly. I just want to work 2 hours a day and then go home. And you don't necessarily get to choose your hours. So like with me, when I started this, I was treating it like a job, like a business. Like I was very consistent with my activity, but I was very serious about actually doing this consistently on a daily basis. Just think about it. If you do have a job, you go to your job probably for 8 hours. What if you did that daily with your actual business? What would your business look like? And work it consistently. It's just like if you work out, you don't go for a week and then be like, I'm good, I'm not gonna go back there again. You won't see any results. It's the same with your business. If you work your business consistently, things will start to happen in your business. You generally don't see what you've done for the full month till at least the following month, and that's the truth. My first paycheck was $17. Now, $17 isn't barely even going to buy you a drink, right? Sir, or anything, right? And when I got that check, let me tell you, I needed a drink. I was like, $17. And I mean, I worked my business, I thought, really hard. But now I look back and I think the work we put in, it's so worth it. We work hard at the beginning so that we don't have to work hard later on when life happens. So when things have happened in my life, my mom being sick or having Hudson or whatever, I still get paid because of that work that I've done. And that's why it's so key to not get frustrated. Just keep doing the work regardless of what your paycheck is. I can guarantee you Arbonne is going to pay you. It's going to pay you very well. And one day you're going to get your paycheck and you're going to be like, really? I didn't work that hard for that. Is this some kind of joke? That's crazy. And I used to work my insurance job as well. I would do cold calls in the evening. So this is very similar to Arbonne and why I'm sharing this. I would do cold calls in the evening. So I had this list of all these names I had to call. And I didn't say to my boss, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. That's silly. I'm not calling all those people. And I had to talk to these people about insurance. I just did it, right? It was very, very uncomfortable, but it's the same as this, right? You're going to do these things that are uncomfortable, but you're going to do them and they're going to pay off. So just what I'm saying is just treat it like a business and it will pay you like a business. And I loved last night about our meeting. They talked about what story are you going to write? It's your story. So what is it that you're going to write? So what I want you to do is I asked for your why story, and this is so powerful. This is key. This is what you're going to tell at your skincare presentations. This is what you're going to tell other people. So it's really important to write it down and then to voice record it so it can be listened to. And I want you to really think about being vulnerable. Be truthful and be vulnerable. And have a fear list. If you don't do this, what would life look like? If I don't do this, like for me, the scariest part is having to go downtown Calgary and having to work a full-time job and putting my kid in daycare. That is very scary to me. Like I don't even know which way to drive downtown. Like it's not good. And I know I'm not cut out for it because I couldn't do it. And it's very scary. So when I have that written down, I pick up that phone and I make these calls because the alternative is not pretty. And just think about it. What would that $5,000 look like? Like picture that you already have it. Picture that you're getting $5,000 for that month. What would you do with it? Get excited about that. That's the biggest thing. Get excited about what that $5,000 is going to do for you and your family. What are you going to do with it? So work on your why story. That was the first thing that you were supposed to do, and then send it to your upline RVP and voice record it because it has to be powerful. It has to make you want to work. And staying connected is really key as well. Write down your 21 reasons why and then post it somewhere so you can see it. I still have mine when I started. I wrote down, I think I have about 10 of them, but I followed what I was supposed to write down. And I wrote down some things that I had never, that really made me dream, really made me really think out of the box. Like, what things would I do if I had $30,000 a month? Like, really, it's your dream list. So you can put anything you want on there. So once you've done your why, that's the first part of what we're doing. And then I'm going to have two people the next call to share their why, because I think it's really inspiring when we can hear other people and what they want. I know last night was very emotional. You know, when they shared their why stories, if you haven't watched the recording from the meeting last night, it was really, really a good meeting. The energy was incredible. The why stories were amazing. I want you to think about you're being really proud of yourself too. What will it look like at the end when you've completed this? We all start things, but do we finish? Those are so key. How we do something is how we do everything. And I know for me, even, I've committed to a lot of things in my life, and what I say I'm going to do, I do. So I just want you to really think about that. I actually was at the chiropractor yesterday, and he said he had one of the wealthiest men in his office, and he asked him what his biggest success tip would be, and what made him get to the top and become an actual billionaire. And he said that he made a lot of mistakes. He made the most mistakes out of anybody, but he learned from his mistakes and didn't repeat them. And I thought that was really incredible, because I thought, what a thing for him to say about his success, is that he made a lot of mistakes. So with you, it's just basically we need to fail to succeed. So don't get hung up on those things, just keep going. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a power partner. So now that you've sent in your why, you've written out your why, I'll attach the document as well. If you haven't, that's okay. You can do it now and you can voice record it. But we're going to have a power partner. And the reason why we're going to have a power partner is to hold you accountable to somebody else. And what I mean by that is this partner is going to help you to get through those days where they're like, oh, I can't do this. I can't make my 3 asks a day. I can't do this. I can't. And you have that person saying, well, I did them. And then you're kind of like, okay, well, she can do it. I can do it. You know, anybody who's my partner, if I can do this, anybody can do this. I mean, I've hung up on people before because I got so nervous. Like, who hangs up the phone? They call back, by the way, because they have call display. So it's not a good thing. But anyways, like, I truly believe that. So I'm going to attach that as well, so that I'm going to send you your power partner, and it's going to be a random person. So when I send you who your power partner is, I want you to get in touch with them. Just email them to get their phone number. If they don't get back to you, let me know, because then I'll have to get you another power partner, and make sure you have one, because it'll keep you on track with your goals. So activity is really the king to this business. It really, really is. And I can't stress it enough. And one activity can truly fix anything. And I know you guys have heard this before. We talked last night about the Genius Ultra. And if you don't have one, it's a game changer in your business. It truly is. And I love how she talked about making sure you have a before and after picture. So what does that person look like before? And take the pictures close up, because the after picture is where you're going to see the results after one use. So get booking those. Get booking your Genius Ultra, parties, or even one-on-ones, whatever it is, because you're going to sell them. We have the holiday line, the holiday products. There's no reason why you can't get your calendar full right now. And be vulnerable when you call people. Be honest and be vulnerable. For me, when I called people, I told them, I'm relaunching my business. I was wondering if you could help me out. You know, I need to rebuild my business, and I thank you so much for hosting for me in the past. I still think about it, and I still appreciate you. That's kind of how I start out. Like, I'll be vulnerable and tell them, you know, I'm rebuilding my business, because I am. I always am, right? So be vulnerable when you're asking people, whatever your reason is as why you're building your business, because most likely if you have a reason why, like if you're saying, you know, I can't go one more day to this job that I absolutely cannot do and put my kid in daycare one more day. I was just wondering if you could help me out and do this huge favor for me. It would mean the world to me. And then ask them, say, you know, you have a couple girlfriends. We have an incredible Genius Ultra. The results are amazing. I'll send you some pictures, and send them the results from the before and afters. It's crazy, the results. And I say to them, any problems you have with your skin, we can fix. I can show you in 1 minute. And they're like, really? And get a couple of your girlfriends over, and they'll want to see it too. It's basically your Botox without the chemicals. And then I'll say we have some incredible holiday products. I'm not sure if you've done your Christmas shopping or not, but why not do it for free and get yourself some products? I know, you know, there's probably some things that you even want. That's what I've been doing. And that's how I got my 11 personal bookings for this month. And I'm going to tell you, I probably haven't had that in, well, probably 10 years. I mean, I always have bookings with other people like that I'm starting, but not myself. But that's how I got them, was asking people who have, you know, I do services with, people who are super bubbly and social, and people who I've done favors for, people who've hosted for me in the past, people I run into that just try the products and love them. It's your best savings. So if you're at a party, you need to lead with that. Anyone you talk to wants products, you lead with your best savings is have a couple of your girlfriends over. Why do you want to, you know, when you can get products at the best deal possible? I have people who get $300 in free products. Why wouldn't you want to do that? And they're like, oh, okay. I said, even 2 girlfriends. That's all it takes. But I always lead with it. And I think that's why my calendar is always full. So I'm going to send you a scheduling call. I'm going to send you the link to it, just so that you can, if you're having troubles booking and getting on the phone with your list and getting those done and getting your 3 asks a day, that's also what you need to be doing with your accountability partner. So I will send you your accountability partner, and listen to the scheduling call. Because this is how you're going to get your calendar full. And I want you to have, you know, that 6 booked by the next, because you should have 4 booked now, 4 activities. Income producing activities are one-on-ones, coffee dates, so feedback calls. I mean, we generally do feedback calls because of long distance to get the information over a phone call, a 3-way call. Group shows, one-on-ones, those are income producing activities, where you're actually sharing the products and the business with people. So your 40 faces, you're getting in front of people. That's what we need to do in this business. We need to share the products and the opportunities with people. So you should, by next call, you know, have your 10 income producing activities booked. And I mean, we have call nights. If you're making your 3 asks a day, there's no reasons why not. I work a lot in my cold market, a ton. I just compliment people. It's the easiest thing. When's the last time you got a compliment other than from somebody that does Arbonne? You just don't. Like Lacey and I were talking about that. When's the last time that you saw how fabulous you are? You like, people probably don't come up to you and tell you all the time. It's just not. So when people hear a compliment, it lets their guard down, and they're like, oh, like if I say to somebody, you have incredible customer service. You're amazing at your job. Like when I'm at a restaurant and I say, you'd be really great at what I do. They're like, really? What is it you do? Or just ask questions. Like at the hotel last night, my waitress was amazing. And I said to her, do you like this job? She's like, well, not really. And I'm like, she goes, I have a little guy at home. I'm like, oh, you do? I said, what does your husband do? She's like, well, actually he was laid off. He's an electrician. Well, thanks for giving me the in. I was like, oh, really? Yeah, that's like my ex too. He got laid off too. And then I said, you know, you have incredible customer service. You're bubbly and you're super friendly. You'd be really great at what I do. And she's like, oh, what do you do? I said, well, I don't know if you've heard of Arbonne. And she said, no, I haven't. I said, well, I'd love to share it with you because you can make an incredible income and you wouldn't have to worry. You could stay home with your little guy. She was like so excited. She didn't even, I don't think she even cared what it was what it was that I was offering her. She would have done probably anything, just the way her eyes lit up. And you have to remember you have a gift, and how dare you keep that just to yourself? Like, that's the way I look at it. I have this incredible life. Why wouldn't I want everyone to have it? So don't be scared to compliment people, but make sure it's true. Like, don't tell somebody they have fabulous skin if they don't, because they'll be like, you're a big fat liar, right? So make sure that it's true, right? So that's the things that I'm going to leave you with is making sure you have your why done. And the reason why you're sending it to your RBP is to make sure it's powerful, make sure that it's captivating, make sure you're being vulnerable, and then to get your activity on the books. So I'll send you the scheduling call. You're going to have an accountability partner to keep you on track and keep you with your goals and to cheer you on those great days and then to pick you up on those not so great days. And we're going to get the activity books to have those 10 group shows within the 30-day period. And now we need to work on our head. What are you reading? You are standing in your way. You're the only one that's in your way. Nobody else is. You are. What lies do you tell yourself? I know you tell yourself some. Like, I'm not good at this. I can't do this. Why would she want to do business with me? I'm not fun enough. I wish I was more like this. Or even if you maybe don't even believe 110% in yourself, you need to fake it. You need to get over the stuff that's going on in your head and get rid of all that trash talking. You're talking yourself out of it. The fear is standing in the way. There's something that you're scared of. And once you recognize these things, it's really easy to push through. You're self-sabotaging. You're self-sabotaging. You're coming up with excuses. So I want you to write down, no matter what, and whatever it is. No matter what, and continue on. No matter what, I'm going to push through. No matter what people say, I'm going to continue. No matter what, have no excuses. Get rid of all of them. Get rid of all of your excuses, because you can't have excuses. Because there's nothing that you can fix anything in this business. So have no excuses. So I want you to pick up the book On Fire. I know it's on our Nation page. If you haven't read On Fire, or you haven't started it, I want you to read it. And I want you to get reading it right now, or pick up the book, and I want you to read it within a week. I want you to really concentrate every day on that 20 minutes of reading. So that's On Fire, and just really get after that, because we need to work on our activity, and we need to work on our head, right? Those are really key. So I'm gonna type this all up for you, and then you guys kind of know so that you have something to kind of follow, and I'll send you out your power partner, and then you at least know what to do. So I'll send this all out in an email. And once again, congratulations everybody for taking the next step to do this. And if you have any questions, if anybody needs to ask them, go ahead right now. Do you have any questions, anyone? No?
I do.
Okay.
When you talk about having 4 income producing activities, what about, and I'm just trying to get it clear, if you are, say you book a party with someone, but you're also going to drop off a pamper basket for them and maybe get them on a feedback call, does that count as 1 activity, or would you count it as 3?
3.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because that's 3 activities, because you're going to maybe get possibly 3 different outcomes, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So that would be a one-on-one, that's a group show, and that's a business ask, right? You're sharing the opportunity with them, right?
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And this is awesome, by the way. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. I needed this so bad.
It's going to be fun, and just enjoy yourself, and remember to laugh at yourself. Like I always say, if you can't, then just call me. I'll laugh at you. So just have a lot of fun with it. Enjoy yourself, and just offer what we have right now, because we have some really incredible things right now. And just have fun with it. I mean, the Ultra device is incredible. The holiday products are incredible. Our other products are amazing. Just share them with everyone. And that's what I did at the very beginning of my business. I didn't care who. I shared it with everybody and anybody I came in contact with. So your business is your mouth. If it's not open, you're not in business.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
This popped up this morning, and I've never had this happen before. So I have a PC who was like 4 deep for me. That person is no longer an active consultant. So they're now connected to me. I've never met them or anything like that. They put in a really large order this morning. How would you suggest that I approach that person? Because I've never had this happen to me before. Like, I've never even met this person before.
You're going to call them up to thank them, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to call them up to thank them and say, thank you so much. I really appreciate that order. You then are going to say, I'm not sure if you've ever even considered or thought, you need to ask a few more questions too. Like, do you even know this person? Do you even know a little bit more about them? Just say, I see you love the product so much. Maybe you have maybe ask for some referrals, but maybe even more than that, maybe just say, I'm not sure I could be totally out to lunch, but have you ever considered maybe taking a look at something like this? You obviously love the products. It doesn't hurt to ask, right? And then you kind of see where she's at. Just get talking with her. When you thank her for the order, then get talking with her and asking some questions.
Yeah.
If you don't know anything about people, the best thing to do is ask questions. Like when you get a hold of them, say, thank you so much for that order. I really appreciate it. Ask them, like, how was your day? Very simple questions.
Yeah.
Like, how are you? How was your day? They're going to give you some ins, like, oh, my day was this, or it was really busy. Oh my gosh, I want to shoot myself or whatever, and if you hear kids in the background, you obviously know they have children. Do you stay home with your kids? Whatever the questions are. Oh, do you like your job? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? You're trying to find an in. Because obviously she does love the products,
Right. Yeah.
So that's always an easy one, right?
Yeah. And just an extension on that question, do you know what the difference between, somebody may know, I've never seen this before, but all of a sudden it's popping up in my web stats, PC and PC1?
Yeah, what was that thing? Somebody said what it was. I gotta think.
I've never seen it before, and all of a sudden now I'm seeing things have shifted, right? So I have a lot more PCs, and I'm like, what does that mean, PC and PC1? I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I got asked that, and I actually knew the answer, but now I actually can't remember what it was. I'll have to look back through my emails because I got asked that already once.
Thank you.
And I'll get back to you. Does anybody else have any questions?
I have a really dumb question. What's the password to Becky's Fearless Nations?
Well, we have a nation. It's called coonsnation.com.
Okay, so I just go in through there.
Yeah, and then it's Arbonne KN.
So sorry, what's the website?
coonsnation.com.
Okay.
So.
And sorry, what's the password?
Arbonne KN.
No capitals?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I just had a. Oh, sorry.
Okay, I have a question. For our activities, Jacqueline, are we supposed to be sending those, like what we get booked, are we supposed to be sending those into you?
Just send them to your upline RVP once you get them booked. Just letting them know that, yes, I've got, so just send them into your upline RVP, just saying, yes, I've got my 10 activities on the books within the next, they want to be booked within the next 30 days. You want to be out there doing your one-on-ones and whatever you put into your business is exactly what you're going to get out of it. So, booking those is probably the real key, but making sure that you're accountable and you can say to people, that you're, it's spelled wrong. The password, Tiffany. It's ARBONNE KN, right? I think. But just send in to your upline RVP that you got that. And I mean, we're going to continue going on with the calls every single, you are the biggest thing is you need to work when no one's watching. That's probably the biggest thing about this business, because we don't have somebody standing over us. That's the hardest part, is we don't have a boss saying, if you don't do this, you'll be fired, right? But fire yourself. I mean, the way I look at it, right, is these are things that we are saying we're going to do. So hold yourself accountable. That's why you have an accountability partner too, because that person's going to hold you accountable as well. So you're going to be wanting to cheer each other on and, talking to each other and saying, yes, I've got my 10 booked. And there's a little bit of competition there as well, right? To see who can get that done quickest, right? So that's the point of the power partner. So I will send this out in an email though, so you guys can follow it, because it's a lot to kind of take in. But it is.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. I know when Lacey went region, you guys did a lot of holiday happy hours and stuff like that. Can you just explain, because now I'm booking into November and kind of early December, what the format was, like how you approached people for that? Because I think that's going to be a big thing.
We called them holiday happy hours because of the fact that the reason why I decided to do that and call them that is because they're only an hour. So you tell the person this is only an hour. You come in, it's just a condensed version of your skincare presentation, but you're going to go in and you've got an hour. So you bring a bottle of wine, you're coming in, you're just sharing with them the RA9, the Genius Ultra, obviously, and then a little bit of the makeup, and you're done and you're out of there. But why people like it is the commitment's an hour. So that's all it is. And people love that. Plus we play the dice game with the cards that we made up with the holiday happy hours, and people, that's how we got a lot of them booking. That's how we got booked into December and right up to the very end, because people would do the holiday happy hours because it was an hour at a time. I just say, hey, you got an hour of time? That's all it takes. I'm going to come in, I'm going to quickly pamper you guys with our incredible Genius Ultra to take away any problems on your skin, get rid of your wrinkles, show you how that works, and a little bit of, some color matching, and then I'm out of there. I'll bring a bottle of wine. You get yourself some free products. It's a win-win. But like I said, it's only an hour of your time. And anybody can fit an hour in, right? And then play the dice game with the cards that you say on there, you've won a holiday happy hour. Sounds kind of nice as well. It sounds fun. And just say, we're just going to have a lot of fun. And if people have makeup or anything that they want done before their Christmas parties, those are another great ways to do some makeup consults.
Jacqueline, do you do your whole spiel, like all about Arbonne and everything?
Always. You always share your why story. Always. Always.
I have a hard time fitting that into an hour.
You need to make sure you have everything ready, and you just got to pass it around. All I'm doing is the RA9 with the Genius Ultra, and then color matching. And while we're passing that around, I might talk a little bit about a few of my other favorites, but that's it. But your story at the beginning shouldn't be that long. So your why story. So
not the why, all about like the Arbonne difference, I guess.
But that's quick, right? That should be no artificial fragrance, no, like you just quickly run through that. You just have to time yourself. And obviously there's something that you just got to be a little quicker. Like you just got to go through it a little bit quicker. It's a condensed version. You're not going to go through all of the products. You're not going to explain every single thing. You're there to quickly get the products on them and to get out of there. But it's because people, their biggest rejection to having things during the holidays is they don't have time. So if you say it's a holiday happy hour, it's 1 hour of your time. Anybody can fit an hour in. And that's how Lacey, a lot of her success came from that, is because we did those. But yeah, you just gotta kind of, just quicken it up a little bit on what you're saying, right? And just get to the products and get it on their face, because that's what they're there for, right?
I had a comment, Jacqueline, on your chiropractor quote that you came up with. It was just because it's connected to a book that I just am reading called "Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Learn" by John C. Maxwell. If nobody on the call has ever read that book, not taking away from the On Fire, but I just wanted to share that because it was a really
we can do that one next, because this book, honestly, if you're reading On Fire, you should have this book done in 1 week. There is no question.
Yeah.
Like, I know this book was not at all what I expected. I thought it was going to be talking about, oh, yay, they're going to be motivational, all this stuff. No, it's about a guy who was on fire, too.
Yeah.
It is very motivational, but he actually truly was on fire. So there's a story behind it, and I love learning that way. So for me, I loved it. Like, I thought it was the best book I've ever read. But that's just me personally. So that's why I chose that one. It's an easy read, too. And it's on Audible, too. So, I mean, if you like to listen, go ahead and listen to it while you're driving. Okay, I think that's probably about it. So I'm going to send this out, and I'll send you your power partner, and we can get working on this. And I'm very excited what's going to happen for everybody. I know there's going to be tons of promotions out of this. And like I said, just commit to it and just do the work. And I can promise you, with the consistency, your business is going to look completely different. Even after 3 months, 90 days focus, like that with anything is going to be amazing what's going to happen in your business. And like I said, just think about what you're going to do with that $5,000, and that should just drive you forward. So have a fabulous day, everyone, and thank you so much for being on the call.